I didn't leave behind a note. No message, no explanation. I didn't even bother to close the door gently. I just walked away, not out of anger, not to hurt her, but because if I had stayed even a moment longer, I would have fallen apart right in front of her. And after everything we'd been through, I couldn't let her see me unravel like that. I believed love could weather any storm, that what we shared was something unbreakable. But I was wrong. There was no dramatic ending, no sudden blow-up, just a slow, quiet breakdown of truth and trust. It crept in over time. Little signs I brushed off, delayed replies, lame excuses, laughter that didn't quite reach her eyes. I kept making excuses for her. She was probably just tired, stressed. Every couple hits a rough patch, right? But deep down I knew. I just didn't want to admit it. Then came the night. I couldn't deny it any longer. I got home late from work, absolutely drained. All I wanted was to collapse into the arms of the woman I loved. Instead, I found her asleep on the couch, her phone still glowing, messages still open. She hadn't meant to leave it unlocked. I wish she had, because what I read shattered me. They weren't innocent chats. They weren't memes or casual jokes. They were shared moments, plans for the future, thoughts, feelings, secrets, the kind of things she used to only share with me, now given to someone else. It hadn't turned physical, at least not yet, but that didn't matter. It was emotional, intimate, real. I didn't wake her, didn't ask for answers, didn't yell. I just packed my bag, grabbed my keys, and took my broken heart out into the cold night. I didn't look back, and I swore I never would. I started over. New city, new job, new phone number. The first few weeks were a haze. I barely ate, couldn't sleep. The silence wrapped around me like a second skin. But I pushed myself to heal. Not because I stopped loving her, but because I finally loved myself enough to let her go. I cut off all contact, changed my address, disappeared from the life we built together. I didn't want to know if she missed me. Didn't want to wonder if she felt any regret, because if she did, she could have said something, but she didn't, and that silence told me everything I needed to know. So I convinced myself. She moved on, met someone new, barely noticed I was gone. That lie made it easier to breathe, until the day she showed up at my door. It was one of those quiet afternoons, clouds hanging heavy in the sky, raindrops just beginning to fall. I was sitting by the window, holding a book I wasn't actually reading, when I heard 3 soft knocks. I wasn't expecting anyone. No one ever visited me. That was the whole point of starting over. I opened the door casually and froze. It was her, soaked from the rain, hair clinging to her face, eyes wide and uncertain. Time hadn't erased her, just softened her. She looked like a memory, still beautiful, but faded and broken. My heart didn't race, didn't ache. It just paused. She said my name like she was afraid I'd forgotten it. I didn't speak, didn't step aside. She said, "You had so many places you could have gone. You just never chose me." Still, I said nothing. But I let her in, not because I'd forgiven her, not because I missed her. I just needed answers. We sat across from each other, same room, but feeling worlds apart. She looked around like the space itself was a story she wanted to understand. "It's nice," she murmured. I nodded. "I never got to explain," she said. "Maybe it's too late now, but I've replayed that night over and over." I stayed quiet. "I didn't love him," she whispered. "I didn't even like him like that. I felt alone, like you were slipping away, and I didn't know how to reach you. And for the first time, I didn't see her as the woman who hurt me. I saw someone who'd been scared, someone who let silence speak louder than honesty. I convinced myself I didn't need closure. But finally I admitted, "You showing up here proves I still did." She nodded, her eyes glassy. "I'm not here to ask for anything," she said. "I just needed you to know I never stopped loving you. I just forgot how to show it." She reached into her coat, pulled out an old photo, the two of us laughing, back when everything was still simple, still safe. "I've carried this with me," she said. Even after you left. Even when I knew I didn't deserve to. Tears threatened, but I blinked them away. I stood. So, did she? Our eyes met one last time. I don't hate you, I said, but I can't go back. She gave a faint, sad smile. I know. And then she left. This time, I watched her walk away. And I didn't stop her.